DIY or Die, Walker Vapor Group LLC, or any of its associates do not condone nor encourage the use of nicotine, vapor products, or any mood-altering substances without the explicit consent of a physician. The content viewable on this channel is strictly for entertainment purposes only and not meant to be seen as informational or educational. Must be 21 years or older to view these materials.
Silky Beat. Hello, what is up, mixers? Welcome back to another glorious episode of the MIXINVIXENS. My name is Emily, also known as Mel Nikon, and join me in welcoming my other co-hosts, the other Vixens in the room, and a special guest. First up, we've got the lovely Lumi. Hi, Lumi.
Hello.
Hello, hello. We've got Jen, the Juice Fairy.
What's up, y'all?
Hi, Jen. And we've got the little mixtress Rin.
Yo.
Hi, Rin. And then our special guest today. I don't know if any of you have heard of a little show called That's What She Said. But Danielle Jones, welcome to our show. How are you doing today?
I'm doing good. I've got video. My internet is holding out, so yay.
Success.
Hey,
How's everyone's weekend?
day drinking.
Oh, it's that time.
It's that time.
still
Cheers, y'all.
I'm still recovering from Fake Friday.
What's this fake Friday you were speaking of?
Yeah, explain
So,
that.
I decided out of nowhere I was just going to start drinking. That was not the problem. It was the problem of having the wise decision that I could eat 6 cinnamon rolls in one go. So,
Oh, yeah.
sugar just looks like the devil to me right now.
I don't know what it is about drinking, but it makes me want to eat everything in sight.
I don't
forget
eat.
getting high. Like I'll drink, I'll get drunk.
I
and just wanna
guess
eat.
I'm further down that road. If I'm drinking, the last thing I want is any food to ruin my buzz.
I'm the same way.
I'll just drink more. Like, I'll just have the bottle. Like, I drink out of the bottle because I'm just that person. I have no intentions of saving it for more than a couple servings, so why dirty up a glass if I could just drink?
Well, I've been behaving. I've only been drinking wine, no real liquor. You know what I mean? I have it, but I'm not gonna drink it unless this shit gets real.
Just in case you've got
Just in
yourself
case.
covered.
Yeah. And I'm only drinking
yourself
2
some boundaries. Set yourself some limits.
And it's only 2 to 3 glasses of wine a day. That's it. So it's not like a lot, but it's enough to, just feel good, taste
Keep
good.
you mellow.
Mm-hmm.
Keep Mama Bear mellow.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah.
Anything you've done lately, Emily?
No, nothing.
Not nothing. That sounds like
nothing.
fun.
My life has been very boring the last couple of weeks.
Have you mixed anything new? Anything for
No.
yourself that's weird?
No. Well, I'm working on. So a few weeks back we did that like guy soaking in the tub picture, and Dave had requested that I use it as a base as I had said that I should, and try to add something to it. So I've been working on adding toffee to it.
Okay.
So that I've got a few versions of that steeping and it's going good, but I really haven't mixed up anything for myself. I did a few of other people's recipes just to have something to vape, but I haven't really created anything for myself that wasn't for a show in a while.
Yeah, I get that too. But I mean, I'm still a mango person, so I still throw some mangoes and some melons together and call it a day. But I came up with one, and I actually wrote down the recipe, and I've been vaping. I mean, I've vaped at least 8 ounces of it so far. So I think it's a winner. I might release it. I don't know. We'll see.
Nice.
It's pretty good. Not that I'll make it for myself again, because I probably won't drag everything out again. I'll probably end up saying, I can't find that. Let me just throw this in it instead. But
I rarely mix up the same thing twice.
well,
I just, once I do a bottle of it, like even a 10 ml or 30 ml bottle, I was like, I'm done. Been there, done that. Let's move on to something else. I have like huge flavor ADHD.
I knew that I did mix this twice. So I made a 30 ml and vaped it. And then I was like, okay, this is worthy of 8 ounces. And I'm almost done with that. And I don't know, maybe I'll mix it again, maybe not. It's really good, but who knows? I might add something to it.
What about you, Rin? What have you been up to?
Resident Evil 3 came out, and I've been playing that.
Oh, snap. Nice.
Gaming. I finished Arrow. Finished watching it.
Did you?
Yeah.
Are you sad now?
I'm sad because now I don't know what the hell. I think I'm going to go to Flash next before I go to Supergirl.
Yeah. I heard that Flash is really good.
Okay, well, I hope so. There are only 5 episodes, so that should take me all of a week. I mean, 5 seasons.
5 seasons? You should be done with that in a time. How about you, Danielle? You binging anything good lately?
Actually, yeah, my husband and I just did. So it's an FX show. We've been watching it on Hulu. It's called Devs. Have you heard of this? DEVS. Oh, it's like if you like sci-fi and you like anything sort of like Westworld, almost like Black Mirror-esque, it's kind of like that. It's really interesting. It actually has Nick Offerman in it from Parks and Rec. He plays like a very serious character, which is really interesting. And it's super trippy. I like it a lot. It's currently airing. So I think they have like 5 or 7 or something episodes. And we watched all those and we got to the end. And then it's like, next episode, Thursday. And we're like, ah! So now we have to wait.
I have to wait to even start that because I don't have the patience.
I wrote that down because I freaking love stuff like Black Mirror.
Oh, you're going to like this a lot.
Is there
I'm in Canada and we don't get Hulu. So I'm gonna have to find it somewhere else.
Do you get the FX channel? Because that's like who it belongs to.
Oh yeah. Okay, I can probably.
Yeah, but Devs, that one's really good. Obviously, we did like Tiger King last weekend. I mean, who didn't?
I heard that's good too. Is that pretty funny?
I haven't. I avoided it.
It's okay. It's like a train wreck that you can't stop looking at. It's like Jerry Springer. If you've ever wanted to watch Jerry Springer just for the sheer like what is happening right now, that's what Tiger King is.
So it's like
just
a guilty pleasure. Like you don't want to like it, but
no, you don't want to. But it's like if you want to take your mind off the Rona, dive in for some Tiger King. You will just be transported to another world where you're like, wait, he did what? Who's on meth? What's happening? Somebody killed who? What? It's just it's bananas.
On Netflix?
It is. It's on Netflix.
Right,
yeah.
I'll have to check it out.
It's just a distraction. That's all it is.
I have to watch it because my husband was watching it and he'd stop, whenever he was done watching a couple episodes, he'd come in and he goes, you know what happened today? And he'd tell me the whole thing. And I was like, that doesn't even sound interesting to me.
I don't think you would like it.
But when you're seeing it, you're just like, no. And I'm not a person. I'm not a person that usually likes, like, I don't watch reality TV. I don't watch like any of that kind of stuff. But this got me. And my husband extra hates it. And I was 4 episodes in, like watching it. And he's like walking through and he's like, what? He sits down, watched the rest of it with me, and then went back and watched the episodes he missed. And he doesn't even remotely watch trash. Like, we're not the kind of people, but this sucks you in. If you really like, the story is just so unbelievable.
Rian, will I watch it?
I don't think you would like it. It does have a certain demographic. Like, it's something my dad would definitely not like.
Oh, am I like your dad?
No, it's just
she put me in that age category. Okay, I get
it. It's not an age. No, it's not an age thing. You have to like kind of useless shows. Like you don't really get anything from it.
No, there's no redeeming value from it whatsoever.
I mean, I watched Arrow. There's no redeeming value in it, but it's just a feel-good thing, and it's action. And I like action and feel-good things. You know what I mean?
I like trash TV. Like
this is like that, but you feel better about your life because it's not that. you're like, oh, I don't have it so bad. I'm not okay.
I'm not doing too bad.
Yeah,
I'm
no,
alright.
compared to these people, I'm good.
Okay.
Perfect. My wife and I have recently started. I've already seen a few seasons, but I'm watching it over with her as she started watching Mr. Robot. And
yeah.
I love it because I'm like a geeky kind of tacky person, but like I knew she would like it because she's like dark and twisty. So like she likes it for the dark and twisty reasons, and I like it for like the hacking and like geeky reasons, and it's great.
I guess I just don't watch TV, period. So it was even a miracle I was watching Arrow. But I mean, I have to watch something. I mean, we're stuck here. You know what I mean?
You gotta do something, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, last night I gave in and watched Birds of Prey.
Oh, was it good?
Fucking miserable.
Oh no.
Like, I thought DC was making a comeback. Like, it seemed like they were starting to redeem themselves. It seems like it's been going downhill after Batman. And it seemed like it was somewhat coming back. And then it just...
Oh no.
I would have rather watched Spice Girls movie again.
Oh dear.
Wow, that's bad.
Oh dear.
Like, the last time I watched that, I was just like a wee little itty bitty Loomy. So I don't remember much of it, except for a bunch of chicks roaming around the world.
Yeah.
I would rather watch that.
Oh no. We watched the Invisible Man last night, that movie. Have you guys heard about that?
I've heard about it. Yeah, is it any good?
Oh, it was good. It was like, if you like movies, like, did anybody ever see like Enough with Jennifer Lopez? Do you remember that movie?
Yeah, it's a good movie.
It's like that with a sci-fi twist.
Okay.
It's kind of like that with a sci-fi twist. Like, it was pretty good. Even my husband liked it. He's like my like barometer for things because he doesn't like a whole lot of stuff. He's real picky, and he liked it. And I was like, what is happening? I've been following that one since I first saw the trailer for it.
Yeah, I'm the barometer in this house.
Yep.
I mean, everything's like, I can stop in the middle of anything, you know?
Right. My husband is like that too. He's like, I was like, what'd you think? He's always like, it's fine.
It's all right. It was pretty decent.
Right.
Yeah, that's about it. That's a really good one when I'm like, it's decent.
Yeah, that's
No,
good.
he was like, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I was like,
I might watch that then.
you should watch it, because he was like, that's pretty good.
That's
My
kind of
favorite
how
movie
in
of
my
all
house. Like
time.
my standard is like really low. Like I will get entertained with the crappiest movie. It doesn't matter. But my wife, like, she's very picky and like it's very, you know.
Let's go around the room and name what's your favorite movie of all times.
Oh no.
Oh yeah, I'll give everybody a little. I mean, it just something that you can watch over and over again without getting bored. Oh shit! The cat caught everybody's tongue.
I'm just gonna go with Thor Ragnarok just because of the Rock dude.
Okay,
it's in there. Tahiti something, whatever that guy's name is. I love him playing that little rock dude. Hey dude.
You know, for me, I'm gonna have to say, What Dreams May Come with Robin Williams. That is such a good movie.
It's a really
I've
good
seen
movie.
it so many times, and I still get something from it every time I watch it. But then, as far as like just kind of a trashy, just a good kind of entertainment movie, is Dirty Dancing. I will watch Dirty Dancing a million times and never get sick of it.
That's good. How about you, Rin?
That's something I didn't really have to think about. I'd have to do like top 5 or something. Because there's certain movies that I'll rewatch. Like if there's nothing else on, it's like, okay, I'll watch this again. But I don't have like one go-to that was stands out.
I'm about the same, but I can come out and say I watched this the most recently. We'll come back.
Yeah,
I like the Resident Evil movies, but I don't know about anyone in particular.
Okay.
I think I would have to go Harry Potter for books, Ragnarok for movie, TV series. I'm not admitting what I like to watch on repeat. I'm just not doing it.
Murder shows, aren't they, Lumi?
You know, speaking of TV series, my wife and I are watching The Office again. Like we're rewatching the entire like it's like I'm like I've seen this like 3 times now, like the whole thing. Like I shouldn't still be enjoying this.
Yeah. How about you, Danielle? What's your movie?
So this is not necessarily like a definition. This is a movie that I adore and have seen many times and do own on, Blu-ray. It's not indicative of like my taste in movies overall, but it's just one that I love, which is the newest version of Pride and Prejudice with Keira Knightley.
Nice.
I love that movie and can watch it many times. I like lots of other, horror is a huge genre that I'm obsessed with. I could also say The Conjuring I would watch like 80 million times and have seen 80 million times. But Pride and Prejudice is I just love that movie so much. Like the acting with like the time setting and the costumes and the music. And I just love it.
That's beautiful. Me, I don't. You've never been on the show before. I think everybody, the audience, the cast, everybody knows I hate horror movies. Can't anybody in my house even watch it while I'm in the house because the music of it disturbs my spirits. So, my movie is really dorky, but I can watch that all the time, and I think it's because of the colors in it. It's Avatar. I love. It's really like. The colors, the music in it, it's just a movie that really captures me. And the storyline is like what, Pocahontas for adults?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah.
But it's just so beautiful to me. So that movie,
that's a good movie.
Now series, it would be all the Star Wars. I can watch those front, back, and then back again, and then back again, no problem. But movies, one time, it would be Avatar for me. And I think it's the colors.
Series for me is Voyager, Star Trek Voyager. We're literally rewatching it right now. Like whenever we're bored, we're just like, let's watch Voyager.
That's my favorite Star Trek.
Yep.
Oh my God.
I freaking love Janeway.
I loved. And 7 of 9.
I know.
I've not watched any of the Star Treks because I'm a Star Wars person. So I mean, I don't know.
I'm both. I love me some Star Wars. I mean, look behind me, right? Like I love me some Star Wars.
Have you been watching
either Star Wars or Star Trek? And I was Star Wars, and I just never really got in it. But maybe I should go back and revisit, and then I'll watch them as an adult.
Yeah.
Like I'm not into all of them. I'll be the first to say that. Like I love Voyager. I do not like the original series with Shatner. Real sorry, not into it. Even Next Generation, I mean, it's okay for me, but especially the early stuff is pretty cringy. Like I'm not really somebody who likes, like older, and I don't mean older as in just anything pre-90s comes off really cheesy to me. So I'm like, if it's that, in that era, I'm like, oh, this is so cheesy.
I like the later Next Generation and Voyager.
Yeah, right. And so Voyager.
I've been watching the new Picard.
Oh, we just finished that. And yes, love that. I love
so good. Like it's better
Star Trek Discovery.
Star Treks. Like
have you seen Discovery on CBS? So if you liked Picard, you're gonna love Discovery. Oh yeah. So good. I love the new stuff. I could never get into Deep Space Nine. My husband has been trying for years. And I'm just like, not about it. Not about it. So some of it's good. I can't say I'm a fan of all of it, but some of it is really good. Voyager especially is phenomenal. I mean, a female captain. Come on now. Right. Come on now. Like, and she's a badass.
So. I like to binge.
Do we have any questions in chat for us? I mean, do we have any activity out there? You know that I don't keep up with chat. I'm horrible at it.
They're just talking about what we're talking about.
Huh?
So they're just talking about what we're talking about.
Yeah, are you even reading chat? You go and...
No, I don't even have it on.
How do you not have chat up?
Because I don't. I am ADD as fuck. And if I have chat running on this side and you guys talking over here, I've done it once. Ask Rin. I tried to chat in our private Zoom, and instead I hit it in the regular chat, and Rin busted out laughing because she caught it, and I deleted it fast, but still, I just can't do it.
Let's not have her messing with anything. Everything's working for her.
Well, let's not fix what's not broken, eh?
Her voice will start screwing up again.
That's right.
Robot Jen will return.
Oh no.
She's got the worst luck.
It's been pretty good since I upgraded all my equipment. I bought a new computer. That's what really did it. I kept upgrading everything, trying to avoid the computer part. And I was like, well, fuck. I got to go ahead and dish this money out and get a new computer.
I feel you. I'm going to need to do that at some point in the near future.
I did it for Christmas. I bought my own Christmas gift. And then I docked the husband's account for it.
Christmas to me.
At first, I
bought pay for your own Christmas gift.
Well,
even
he bought me a Christmas. Yourself. That wasn't part of my Christmas per se, but since he didn't get me enough for Christmas, I just figured you can just finish paying off my computer. We'll just call it even. My birthday's the 28th, so I needed a gift for that day too. So that's where I just.
There you go.
He didn't miss the money. He didn't even ask me about it till like 3 weeks later. He's like, "What happened to this money?" I was like, "Oh, getting on the computer."
Are you more the like budgeting person in your household?
Me?
Take it then, yeah.
He doesn't have a fucking clue. He doesn't. Yeah. He does not. I have to sit. We sit down every twice a year, and I break down what our bills are and what it is and how much he has to give me so that we can pay our bills. This is our second marriage, so we had really bad financials first marriages. So he has his account, I have my account. We have a joint account. We pay all the bills out of the joint account, so we have to make sure it's even. Yeah. So every month and I pay everything. And then if we need more, he has to pay it because he's the man. That's mighty sexist of me, but hey, nothing's for free in this world. Not even lovin's.
Oh, there's an interesting question in chat that I don't know if I know the answer to. Sorry to just like host your show, but I saw it and I was like, oh, interesting. So Dawn in chat asks if I take a medication that I'm not supposed to eat or drink grapefruit with, which is a pretty common thing, would a grapefruit vape be strong enough to interact with my medication? That's an interesting question.
Let's start this with we're not doctors. However, right. Let's go back.
I highly doubt it.
Well, I'm not even going to go there. I'm going to explain why I highly doubt it. So grapefruit flavorings, they sometimes have natural and artificial flavors in them. If you use something like flavor art is 100%, it's synthetic. Even if it's a natural flavoring, it is created from a synthetic compound, it made into synthetic. So it's still synthetic. You do have flavorings that are naturals or organic. And those
are like few and far between though. Those are like medicine flower and right? Like they're most often than not.
Yeah, you're right.
And the flavoring is going to be just chemical compounds.
At the end of the day, citric flavors tend to have some citric compound in them, but it's not necessarily the actual fruit. So that's something to keep in mind. So if it's grapefruit flavor, it's going to have a citric compound, but it's not necessarily going to have grapefruit in that compound. It's going to be the citric that you're getting out of it. Not only that, it is highly concentrated. Once you dilute it you're not going to use that any higher than 3% in a flavoring. So that's a 3% is very, very small percentage. In addition to that, it breaks down with the heat before you ever inhale. And what you're getting mostly is the aroma instead of the flavoring itself. What I would do is I can't tell you that it's going to be fine because that would be irresponsible of me. Do I think it'll be fine? Yes.
But we're not doctors.
To say it'll be fine? No.
The question is, how severe is the interaction with your medicine? And do you want to experiment with yourself? Like if it's something that is like detrimental to your health and something that could kill you, play it safe and just don't touch it.
Exactly.
But if it's just an adverse reaction that wouldn't be so terrible, experiment. And that's the only way you're going to know, but more than likely you'll be fine.
Exactly. I agree with that wholeheartedly. I mean, the most problems that I find with flavorings is going to be the wheezing. It's going to be allergic reactions to certain compounds and breaking them down to what you can't and what you can vape, and figuring out what exactly is giving you that reaction, because it's not always diacetyl. Sometimes it's a specific. Me, for instance, I can't vape anything citrus because it kills my taste buds. That's totally different than it giving me a really bad reaction. There are people, I heard from a friend that they have a friend, wife, that they make juice for, and she gets blisters in her mouth with anything other than berries. And I don't know what that comes from, but I asked him to send me a recipe so that I can try to help him figure it out before that it mix anything else again. So,
and I've heard people say kind of along the same lines with nut allergies that like can vape peanut butter flavors and have no problems.
Yes, but I would warn against that too, because some of it is psychosomatic with nut allergies especially. So your brain understands that you're allergic to a specific item. And if it smells close enough to it, even if you're just vaping it, your brain can think you have intaken that specific item, and you can still have that allergic reaction. That doesn't happen to everybody, but disclosure, it can happen.
Yeah.
Right. And it seems like with grapefruit juice, what happens is that grapefruit juice actually blocks an enzyme called CYP3A4, which metabolizes the medication that you take. So
mess with the science.
I mean, it's kind of my thing. So what happens, grapefruit juice blocks the medicine from being metabolized in your system. And what that means is that you get a buildup of too much. So it can basically cause you to overdose on the medication because it stays in your body longer and it can heighten side effects. It just gives you kind of a bigger dosage. I would be tempted, again, not a doctor, and please don't follow this solely information, but I would be tempted to think that a vape would not, especially artificial grapefruit flavoring, that's not the juice entering your bloodstream and being metabolized by your body. So I would think, you're not ingesting it, it's not in your bloodstream, that it would not have the same effect, but still talk to your doctor. And if it's a really bad potential side effect, just don't mess with it.
But also make sure you have a doctor that is not completely anti.
Oh yeah. Just like, well, you shouldn't be vaping,
Yeah.
But like, ask him about a grapefruit essential oil. Would it be okay for you to inhale grapefruit essential oils? Like, is there a problem with that? That might give you an indication of like, I don't know. You know what I mean? But better safe than sorry.
Oil on your paper rub and put it up your nose. Is that okay?
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Well, and Danielle, not only, other than knowing cool medical facts like that, she's a rad person and does some awesome other things other than like vaping. I have heard that you're into making your own soap.
Oh yeah, that's my new favorite thing. It is my new favorite thing. And in a lot of ways, it's actually like DIYing. Because I'm literally sitting there with beakers, measuring out ingredients by weight. It's very, I'm mixing essential oils together to get a flavor and or aroma, adding different ingredients that may or may not affect the soap. So that's really fun. And actually it's really productive, in Rona times, because we have like unlimited, I have so much soap. It's not even funny.
You're set.
So much soap.
You're good.
Yeah, I had a soap company for a little while myself, and I still
nice.
have tons of soap here, tons of it. I just made some. I know Rin is looking at me like, well, mine's so bad, because Rin has skin allergies, and one time I sent her in my soaps, and she was like, "This hasn't had any bad reactions on me."
I wasn't gonna say it. I was debating. I'm like, I'm not gonna go there.
I knew. I looked at you as soon as I said it. I was like, "Shit! I spilled the beans. I've got soap all over my house."
Oh, really? Do you?
How does one go about making soap? Like, I don't want to learn the process or ever do it myself, but I'm just curious. Like, how do you make soap?
So there's two primary ways of doing it. You can do it fully from scratch, which is where you're actually using lye, the chemical compound lye, and you're making it fully from scratch. So you are creating the saponification process. That's from scratch. I don't do that. I use the more crafty version, which is called glycerin soap making or melt and pour soap making.
That's what I
And
do.
exactly, it's much easier. There's no dangerous chemicals to worry about. Basically, what that is a company does that hard process from scratch already for you. And the soap that results, they have added an extra amount of glycerin to it. And what that means is that you can then take that soap, remelt it, re-pour it, and reharden it really easily on your own. So the from scratch saponification method is already done. You're just basically melting it down, adding stuff to it, and rehardening it. That's
And
what
it's
I
a
do.
whole lot easier.
Oh, it's incredibly
Oh.
easy. It's like if you've ever made candles, or even if you've ever made e-liquid, it's really the same thing. You do have to heat the soap up to melt it. I like to do it in a double boiler on the stove because I just feel like it works better. It keeps the moisture in the soap. A lot of people do it in the microwave. That's easy
Lazy people
too.
do it in the microwave.
The only reason I didn't like the microwave version was because I actually felt like the microwave, when I took the soap out, it cooled a lot faster. If I heat it up slowly through the double boiler in like a glass container, I have a longer time to work with it. Like it stays hotter longer because I'm like adding lots of stuff to it and stirring it. So I just like the double boiler method for that purpose, but the microwave works. It's crazy easy. Like it's really
I
not
messed
that
up in
hard.
the microwave and just totally put it in too long, and it was completely liquid.
Oh, you can burn it that
You
way
burn the
too. Yeah,
corner.
yeah, yeah. You can burn the soap if you
That's
heat
okay.
it
I
too
just
much.
added vanilla and had some burnt vanilla flavor. I mean,
Smoky vanilla soap.
smoky vanilla. I'll add a little patchouli, and
Right.
it works.
There you go. There you go. No, but I love doing that. It's very relaxing for me. Like I'm in the kitchen. My husband actually, so again, my husband who is like, nothing really phases this man. He doesn't have a lot of like really specific preferences, but I started making soap and he started, he's beta testing with me, right? And so we're using it and he's like, can you make me full-size bars? Can I have my own soap? Like he was really into it. And I was like, you care about soap? Okay. So I ordered all the stuff for him and I made him full-size bars.
Like the soap because it doesn't lather as well as regular soap does unless you buy
mine does.
Yeah, you just have to buy the high lather one, but those have more things in it that I don't want in mine. And I buy the high moisturizing ones, and the more moisture it has, the less lather it has.
The less lather, that makes sense.
So
yeah, because the more oils you add, it like makes it heavier and it doesn't lather. I can tell you about it later, but I found a brand. It's basically all natural. It doesn't have weird stuff in it. It lathers great. I actually made a bar that didn't lather so great because I added extra oils to it because I'm experimenting with like, what if I add extra shea to it? Or what if I add extra, oat extract or these different things? And that was the first version I had where I weighed it down too much. So it does lather, but it's not as good as the other ones basically. But the brand that I use is very legit, not a ton of there's like 4 ingredients in the soap and it's phenomenal. I can tell you about it if you want to.
Spill the brand.
So the brand is called SFIC.
Okay. That's all I need.
SFIC, I personally use they have a soap that they refer to as like cold process, which means it's a soap it's a melt and pour, but it contains less glycerin than most melt and pours do, which means that you don't get glycerin sweating. Because a lot of melt and pour soap it has extra glycerin, which is a humectant, which means it pulls moisture out of the air. It's great for your skin because you stay moisturized, but the soap is also like forever wet. Basically, it's just
I
has
just
moisture.
put mine in zipper bags of Ziploc.
Yeah, exactly. You can do that too to get rid of it. But this stuff is like cold process. So it doesn't sweat. It lathers amazingly. And it doesn't have, detergents or preservatives or weird, stuff in it at all. Because I really wanted to go as natural as possible.
So I just went ahead and did it through Bulk Apothecary because that's where I
There you go. There you go.
I might as well just get all my shit in the same place.
Yeah. No, I've been having so much fun with soap making. It's a lot of fun.
Cool.
And I could talk about soap for hours. So you kind of have to cut, okay, we're done soap, move on.
I'm cool with soap talk. I mean, it goes over my head, but it's fun to listen
It's
to.
the chit chat show. We got Lumi and Rin over there talk about we don't make soap. What do we talk about? Rin makes
jewelry.
Yeah.
I make lip balm and stuff too. I still find it interesting. It's something that I've wanted to do.
Did
You
you
make
just say
lip balm?
Lumi doesn't make stuff? Like you're talking to
I
the
mean,
DIYer, the
no.
braider, the
Outside of
resin
DIY stuff,
maker?
outside of
Vapey
you make stuff outside of your braids and outside. Well, tell me about it, damn it! I've never heard of anything other than your braids and your stands.
I make jewelry. I do all kinds of arts and crafts. I like to build things out of things that you would never think could be built with. Like I'm the master rigger of the house.
Oh yeah, tell me about one of those rigs.
So this
The most interesting one.
this is the one I got the most laughter out of. The pipe that goes from our washer machine down into the whole piping system collapsed or something like that. I don't know. But for a couple of weeks, we couldn't do laundry unless we brought it down to the in-laws' house, and it was driving me insane. So what I did is I just took a bunch of vacuum hoses and I connected them together, sat on top of my washer machine, put the outlet hose on top of it into the vacuum hoses, and then made extra funnels with like bags of dog food.
No way.
And just put it out into my yard so I could do laundry that way, and I wouldn't have to
Wow.
bring my in-laws.
You're so handy.
MacGyver, man.
Yeah, really.
If you're too young to have watched MacGyver from back in the 80s, you need to watch one of those shows. He could do
Or
anything.
the new one. Have you seen the reboot?
No.
It's awesome. It's not as
Another
good
one
as
that
the
I
original.
Another one that I got in trouble for, we have a mower that has a locking mechanism when it's on a hill, and it broke down on the hill, and the tire fell off of it, like partially, like the thread stripped, the tire went out, and my husband and his dad could not get it to work. So they didn't really want my input, so once they gave up on it, I just went outside, I built a couple of ramps out of wood, so if it moved while I was trying to take the tire off, it would go onto the ramp, and I dug around the tire, and then I refilled it with cobblestone, dirt, and then the grass layers, so that way there I wouldn't have a huge sinkhole. Like, I'm pretty crafty with this kind of stuff.
That's pretty good. That's pretty ingenious, and you're pretty much you can work around shit. You can make it work.
Pretty good, yeah.
Me,
out of the box thinker.
I think of the idea, and then I'm like, you know what? I cook dinner. Chris, come here. I need to do this. I'm that person. I'm really bad.
I'm the type of person, like, there's a lot of things that I've been into and gotten into, but like I have a hobby for like a month and then I get bored of it and give it up. So like, I've knitted and I've watercolor painted and like I've done crafts, but like nothing sticks. I get bored. The only thing that stuck is
I painted that.
Oh, cool.
That's my painting. And let's see if I can that flower over there. But I only do it on a whim, like when I feel like it.
Yeah.
I have to be in the mood, and life's too busy. I'm not in the mood.
Yeah, the only hobby that I've kind of kept up with is DIY. And it's really just out of necessity because I'm a cheap ass and, I want something to vape. And
yeah, I don't know why. This is the only hobby I've ever stuck to for so many years. I mean, it's been years. Let's go around the room. Lumi, how long have you been mixing?
A year and a half-ish.
Emily.
July 2016.
We're in. Let's see if we can go that far in time.
It was pretty early on in my vaping, so 2011, 12, one of those.
Yeah, same for me. 2010, 2011. So I think I started vaping in 2009, and I started mixing like the following year. So it was 2010, but it was like November. I remember clearly that it was starting to be winter time. So it was closer to 2011.
So Danielle told me that she knows how to mix and that she's mixed her something before,
Yes.
Did you just don't didn't like doing it, or you just kind of?
It's not that I didn't like doing it. The main issue is I am completely and totally obsessed with a commercially available flavor. Like I have tried so many times to vape something else and I just cannot, like I can't quit it. Like I just can't stop. And it doesn't help that the brand, the line is by a very good friend of mine, Ruby Roo. And so the way that I feel about it is like I experimented with mixing because I want to be able to know that I can do it in the event that I have to, which, you know, could be, I don't know, May, September. Let's see what happens with this, you know, FDA, PMTA deadline request situation.
You almost said BS, but
Hmm?
you almost said BS, but then you
right?
said request.
Yeah. Until September. So we'll see what happens with that. But I wanted to be prepared for that in the event that that was my future. But what I kind of feel like is that in the interim, while I'm still able to purchase this flavor, which is owned by a very good friend of mine, I do want to, like, if for me personally, I feel like it's important to continue supporting them financially, giving them my business while I still can, basically. And I'm obsessed with this flavor. Like, it's the only thing I vaped for almost 4 years. Like, only thing, 4 years.
I gotta know what's the flavor.
Okay, so it is Lane Cove Vapor, which is one of Ruby Roo's lines. The flavor is named Helen after her mother, and it is a raspberry red licorice. And it's a particular raspberry red licorice that is known kind of from an Australian brand of licorice, which I've actually eaten, like, in person.
Okay.
It just like exactly the same.
Very authentic, huh?
It's very authentic, and I'm obsessed with, like, I love red licorice. It's one of my favorite, you know, candies to eat. This tastes exactly like it, and I can't. Ruby let me try a beta version before she even released it. I think this was like 2016, like summer of 2016. And since that day, I have not, for any like meaningful period of time, vaped anything else.
So
I've tried.
If Lanco is forced to cease to exist, you'll have to talk her into getting you the recipe.
I'm sure, like, I'll either try to reverse engineer it myself. You know, I will figure something out, which is why I wanted to have the skill set.
Yeah,
you know, I got my
knowledge,
scale.
you know you can do it.
Exactly. Like, I will figure something out. But in the meantime, I just want to keep buying this and just.
Is that still to this day, is it still the only flavor that you vape, or are there other kind of flavors that you like to?
Nope, I have not. There's one other flavor that I kind of like that my husband found for me. He was vaping it one day, and it was one of those things where we're in the office and I'm like, we vaping. Like, what is that? You know, and I tried it and I was like, oh, that's pretty good. And so he bought me a bottle. And I tried to switch over, like I did a whole rewick. I was like, I'm going to vape a different flavor. I put it in. I went for it. 2 days later, I was like, nope, going back to Helen. Like it's good, but I miss Helen. It's not Helen. And I also think, like, I've been vaping Helen for so long that, like, my taste buds are so used to even like the vapor tongue version of Helen that it's still, you know what I mean? Because I get that. I kind of go dull to like a flavor if I've been doing it. But like even that version, that way of having Helen is still like what I like. So I just can't not do it. Like I'm a one setup, one device person, one e-liquid person. Like I'm very, very monogamous with my vape journey. And that's just kind of how I tend to roll. I know it's real weird, and most people have like 20 setups and like a million different flavors that they rotate around, but I'm like
surprised.
I was gonna say just what I can grab right now. And
I literally only have this
different flavor in it.
This is it. This is it. I have one device, one setup, one e-liquid. That's all.
Yeah. Well, I admire.
This is my ADD though. So you'd be surprised in DIY there are people that vape the same thing all the time. Emily can't. But sometimes Rin goes on a binge where she's like a month or two vaping the same exact thing. Even longer than that. And I don't know if Lumi can vape the same thing over and over again.
Bayless,
yeah. You've been
out with your panelist, Scott.
Damn, Bayless. Give me my Bayless.
I actually went out. They restocked. I bought 4 ounces of it. It was the only 4-ounce bottle they had. Otherwise, I would have bought 2. And then after I couldn't buy another 4-ounce bottle, I bought 3 bottles of the 30 mLs.
Wow. So you're good now for a while.
I don't know about a while, but
I was going to say, when I buy Helen, I buy 20 60 mLs at a time.
Wow. But
That
she's
lasts
talking about, she's talking about flavoring. She's buying.
Oh, that's a good
Yeah,
point because you
this
mix. Oh,
concentrated
that's right. So it's like exponentially more. I keep forgetting.
Mhm.
So
How
we're probably equal then.
Yeah. How much? What's the percentage you're using the Bayless at?
8%.
8. So 8%, 4 ounces. That's a whole hell of a lot of juice.
That's a lot of juice. You're good.
What
My
is
husband-
Bayless?
My husband also takes it from me. So for me, I get a really light chocolate hazelnut note with like a little bit of that sugar wafer. A lot of people who have tried it have told me that they don't get that, but for me, that's exactly what I taste. It's what my husband tastes, and we both vape it all the time.
Nice.
And you don't mix anything with it? Like, do you just mix that? That's a single flavor
one
kind
shot.
of thing?
Yeah.
Like, occasionally if I'm DIYing, because I'm pretty much like Danielle, I just keep one setup in front of me, but I always keep a battery in this thing so that if I'm trying something new, like today I just built the blotto to test it, and eventually if it becomes my main thing, it'll move its way over because I can't keep up with 2 mods. But really it's just Bayless, and if I'm on a show DIYing, I'll see if it'll put on top of this. If it not, I'll vape it for the night, and then I'll switch the cotton back out and go back to Bayless.
Right.
And who makes it?
I can't say anything because everybody knows that I vape my strawberry coconut milk every damn day. That's what's in here, and this is a squonker, so it's not like I switch it up. But the reason I carry this is because this is where I vape my fruit mixes, my clear juices. That is not a cream. Anything with menthol, and I'll just drop it on top of each other. I'll drop a strawberry menthol, I'll drop a mango in there, I'll drop whatever on top of that. But I pretty much, this is in my hand all the time. That's just my rotation. And then this right here is my high nicotine when I go out with somebody in the car that doesn't want to be fogged out. This is just my MTL. Whatever. This is, as long as it has nicotine, I don't give a damn what it tastes like, pretty much.
Yeah, for Bayless, I noticed it helps me a lot because I go through little spouts of depression where I don't want to do anything. And when you are a DIYer and you don't have a commercial e-liquid, just grabbing a one shot and putting it in a bottle and then just putting premix in there, it just makes it a little bit easier to be like, here we go. So not only is it an all-day vape, it's convenient when you go through the rough times of just feeling down and you just can't get yourself to do anything.
Right. I get
Yeah,
that.
one shots are great like that. Speaking of one shots,
did you guys go ahead? What were you going to say about
chill? I was just gonna segue into a chill spot. Flavor
my one shot's no longer available.
What?
My one shot is no longer available. It's sold out, and they don't know if they're going to replenish.
God damn.
Had somebody on Twitter hit me up. They were like, man, that's the only thing that's kept me off cigarettes. And I was like, oh, shit.
And what? And they don't know if they're going to be making more of it?
Nope.
Sold out.
Well, if they don't make any more, this is my opinion. If a flavor is no longer available, like if you're in a state that gets shut down and somebody relies on your flavoring that you make and you no longer have any chance of making it, I think the recipe should become public.
Sure, but we signed a contract that
exactly. Like right now we're still under contract, but Rin and I still have one shots available and JJ's is still available. So,
I sold the most.
Yeah, you did. Congratulations. You want a cookie?
I ran out first.
You win.
How long do those kinds of contracts last for? Like, even if they break their own...
Technically, we don't have a contract with Flavor Jungle.
I was about to say they changed names, so
They
I don't
changed
know how that
companies
works.
That's right.
completely, but I still will honor it as long as they're going to resell it. If not, I'll write them an email and let them know, hey, are you not
Right.
going to
But you want to give them the benefit of the doubt. You want to give them the chance to do something with, with it and to remake it or whatever. And then I say it's fair. If not, then it's fair game, because it's the way the contract is kind of worded is kind of to each its own discretion anyway. You just want to be ethical and professional,
Right.
Yeah, it breaks my heart seeing somebody, like, especially like for me, if I ever got into a situation where Bayless is no longer available, that's something that's my go-to. Like, that's my crutch to keeping off of cigarettes. So God forbid it happens to more people and they can't find that substitute. I feel like it's our responsibility as creators.
I'll definitely pass it along if that becomes the case.
Mhm.
I need to get a response on whether or not they're going to continue to honor it and start putting it back out, or if it's done. If it's done, then once I get that response back, then I'll email them back and say, okay, well, thank you for doing business with me. I just want to let you know that I am publishing that recipe, making it public, because if they're not going to sell it, they're not going to rename it and sell it under a different name either. You know what I mean?
Right. So they're probably fine with it. But yeah, you just want to give them that heads up. You want to give them that chance.
But you still have, what's yours, Emily?
Just Peachy.
Just Peachy.
Yes.
And Jen Jarvis has the cereal.
Jen Jarvis has Breakfast Boss.
And Rin
has Waterberry Breeze.
That's right. And Waterberry Breeze is really tasty. I've had that one. I've not had Just Peachy because I have sensitivities to peach, but I promise I will try your Just Peachy so I can say that it's wonderful too, because I know.
If you like cheesecake and you like peach, you're going to like it. It's pretty good. Pretty tasty.
Yeah. Mine is just plain Jane, a custard type.
Yeah, it's why it's sold first so much, because it's, you know what I mean? Like, custards are very popular.
Yeah. Yeah. And it's a spiked custard.
Oh, DeMillan, thank you. She says Just Peachy is delicious.
There you go. See?
Awesome.
Yay.
Very cool.
Very cool.
All right. Well,
6:53.
What else? Anything else we want to talk about before we get out of here?
I don't know. Anybody have anything? Anybody in the chat have any questions? Anybody want to know anything? Anybody?
Last minute chit chat.
Last minute
news.
This is your opportunity to just hang out. Next chit chat show, I say if we're still coronaing, we need to just open it up and let people join us in Zoom.
I don't know about that.
Talk about that.
I want to be a little careful with that one.
Well, we'll talk.
Anyway, we don't have to let them be viewable till we know who's in there. We can let them in one at a time, like Wayne did on Thursday. That was really fun.
What I would do,
like a speed round, like questionnaire, and like let someone in and then kick them out and then let someone else in.
What I would do is you should probably talk to people in advance first, make sure that they actually have a setup so you're not spending their 1 minute having audio technical difficulties.
Well, I don't know if anybody watched Wayne's on Thursday. He pretty much opened it up, and it wasn't like, people are kind of camera shy. So people weren't coming in, and some of them didn't even show their faces, but you could hear their voices. And he was.
Well, and also there's like the breakout room, right? So like, would we be able to go into that and test it before we let them?
Yeah, I had the problem, and this is why I say it, is I opened up one of my voice chats for Twitch. And somebody joined and went out of their way to say anything and everything that they could to try to report my channel.
Of course. Ooh. Yeah.
Nice. What an ass.
Agreed.
Well, the gaming community is a lot more jerks than the DIY community. So,
yeah.
Yeah. DIY community, we pretty much know who's out there.
Yeah. We're a pretty small audience. We're like fam. We're tight.
I haven't found as many assholes, so that's a plus.
Danielle, it was freaking awesome having you on the show. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let us know when your DIY journey begins or if it begins, and we're here to help.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much.
catch her on that's what she said, Thursday nights, right?
Yep, Thursday nights, 7 p.m. left coast time, if you will, 10 p.m. East Coast. It's a barrel of laughs. We have a pretty good time.
Yep. I've been there. I fall asleep on Noted on Mondays because they start too late, and you guys start
Yep.
too late for me too. So I
know.
For me, it's
I
prime
know.
time. Like at 10 o'clock, I'm like, yeah, because I wake up at 6 p.m. as it is. So 10 o'clock, I'm
There
like,
you go.
yeah, I'm here. I'm awake.
Yeah, not me,
You're ready
buddy.
to go.
About 9:30, I'm like, ooh. But I'm up at 6 a.m. 5:30, 6 o'clock. I'm up in the morning. Whoop, whoop. Drinking coffee. I can't form full sentences till 9 a.m. But I mean, I'm up.
At least you're up, you know.
Yeah.
What more do you want? I'm on my feet. Leave me alone.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We all have a good time here, and we appreciate you all. Thank you to our sponsors, Flavora, Bull City, Scott over All the Flavors. Thank you so much. Wayne, thank you so much for putting us on your podcast network. We really appreciate it. We'll see you next week for our recipe critiques. Everybody have a good week.